traditionally Bapedi ke bakgatla.
Okay.
Ke bakgatla ba Botswana. Jale magoshi a Bapedi a latelana. So if papa go Malekutu ke Mampuru, ngwana Mampuru yo ba mang?
Malekutu.
Ngwana Malekutu yo ba mang?
Mampuru.
Exactly. Ka sereto ke Bauba o belega Ngwato, Ngwato a belega Bauba, Bauba a belega Ngwato.
Okay.
So go ka khwetsa motho e le kgoshi a re kana kgoshi ya Bapedi. Asna now. That's my great grandfather.
Mampuru the second.
Yes.
And then Horiana.
Horiana is my grandfather. Okay.
Both of which someone is from your maternal side, someone is from your...
No.
There are two kings currently, Bapedi, who, depending on who you're listening to,
yes,
they are both recognized. And you are even alleging that both have a certificate.
Yes.
All right, let's talk.
And they've got subjects.
Okay.
Chiefs.
Okay.
If every year, the last Saturday of January, it's a huge event, like any other mkhatla,
Yes. Yes.
But in their movement, they came across a spike. Motwa.
Yes.
Wanuku.
Yes.
So the abandoned Hubina Khab. Yababa Bina Nuku. So Bapedi, strictly speaking, narrowly speaking, Kibabina Khab. I mean, Kibabina Khabo, who enemies?
Yes.
But me just cuckoo. So when I guess about talad. Mola papa le Sekwati sa Sehula boshego, Sekwati se hlwa le ngwana na ntlong, Manuel go rata go ja ngwanana. The father.
Say it again. Say it again. Please say it again.
Ke Sekwati sa Sehula boshego. Se hlwa le ngwana na ntlong. Manu e le go rata go ja ngwanana.
Right. Thobela, the listeners of Politically Incorrect, we came back to the House of Wisdom again. Today we go to baka gore Bapedi ke bomang. So the intentions today is just to find out who are they, the span of their history, and of course gore Marota ke bomang, who's the current king. Who are the inner circle families, the royal house, where are they constituted, and if we are lucky, we'll even talk about various land claims and what does it mean when someone calls himself Pedi, and especially those who say they are the prince.
Tabane.
Ralocha.
No, ha re o leboga.
Re tshwere bothata man. So in the current day South Africa, hona le balobedu, hona le bo bananwa, hona le ba pulana. So the language ke tše dintši, the tribes ke tše dintši. Before re tlo bolela ka tšona, ke nyaka gore o di beye in your mind. Thoma gore botse gore Bapedi ke bomang, and then you'll then come back and discuss gore go tlile bjang gore those small dialects that have now become tribes or whatever you put it gore go tlile bjang e re go fe marapo Thobela.
No, I don't know also. Bapedi are fairly not a very old nation. in comparison.
Okay.
Because originally, Bapedi ke bakgatla.
Okay.
Ke bakgatla ba Botswana. Jwale go tloha Botswana coming into South Africa. They migrated with their king Tabane.
Okay.
Tabane go fitleng ga gage ka mo go leno la what is today South Africa. O bile le morwa o ba reng ke Thobela. Hence go ekwa ge re dumedišana re Thobela. What it means re re o motho wa Thobela.
Oh.
So re a go accept
Eh.
into the ring ya rena.
Eh.
Now Thobela settled around the area ye le khono le tsebang le Makau. And I think we need to correct that. That place came Makau, B-U,
Okay.
not Makau. Because mo baneng ba ga Thobela go na le ngwana o ba ba mmetšalelela teng. Ba ba re ba Marota ba re ke lelela teng la Bokau.
Bu.
Yes,
With a
but Kau.
BU. Okay.
BU. The story says gore ba mmetšalelela teng. When his mother was pregnant with him, they could hear him crying from inside his mother. And when he got born, they gave him the name Muimane.
Muimane.
Muimane. But the name underwent a number of transformations to the point where it became Maimane, which is a surname that is still prevalent around the area, which is now known as Makau.
Okay.
So Kabu was one of the kids by Thobela. But among the children by Thobela, which included Bomoloto and all, there was this one, Thulare. So Thulare, as he grew up with his regiment, Marota, this is the group here we are learning Tabane.
Okay.
For instance, the group that went with me Tabane,
Yeah.
ke Mangana.
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 Okay. So you gave each other that name, or
it follows history.
Okay.
Like my first name is Rampelane. So if Rampelane a leader a regiment, that regiment is called Mangana.
oh, okay.
Because Rampelane ke Rampelane wa Mangana.
Okay.
Phahle Mosweu a tla le sefatlhego le ka bogato jwa dinao.
Thobela.
So it's known.
All right.
Now, Thulare le moruti wa gago gore thaka tša gago tša ileng le tšona kome decided gore no nna ke tlo tloga mo nageng ye which we have now identified as Makau and move further east. So
Around which year, sorry for interruption?
around the 15th century,
Okay.
but 14 something.
Okay.
Yes. Now, as he was migrating east, one of his brothers migrated more on the northern side,
Okay.
and that's Malekutu.
Ga.
Yes. Ke dikgabo batho ka.
Kaofela ke dikga.
Ke dikgabo.
Eh.
So he ended up where we call the place today Lineage.
Thobela.
Now, Thulare, as he moved, he came across a very small clan. Their dialect is like almost like the Venda dialect. And that clan, ibitwa Babenzi.
Okay.
Now, Mokgatla and his people couldn't say Babenzi. They then said Bapedi. Why they adopted this new identity is that they were actually disguising themselves from their enemies or potential enemies, in particular Mziligas.
Okay.
They were like confusing the enemy so that they should no longer be known as bakgatla, but be known as Bapedi. Now, as bakgatla, their totem nele Khabo. Like any other mkhatla, give me na Khabo.
Yes.
But in their movement, they came across a spike, Motwa,
Yes.
Wanuku.
Yes.
So they abandoned Hubina Khab, Yabababina Nuku. So Bapedi, strictly speaking, narrowly speaking, Kibabina Khab. I mean, Kibabina Khabo, who transgressed into Babina Noko. Now, Thulare then had his own children. Amongst them was Sekwati.
Okay.
Sekwati who succeeded him. Now, here's a very interesting fact which people do not know, or which they are not aware of. Thulare ke lebebe la mašwi, the creamy part. Now, in the past, to separate it from lebese, no berekisha mohlotlo. It was made ka grass. So, o re go gama wa tšhela ka mo mohlotlong ka mola wa hlotla. So what remains ka mo mohlotlong ke Thulare.
Okay.
Mohlotlo o la ke Sekwati. So that's where the names came from. Yes. Yes. So after Thulare, Sekwati then took over.
Okay.
By then they had moved up to the area that is today called Tshate. It's more in Mpumalanga area than in Limpopo. But it shares a lot of landscape with it's shared between Limpopo and Mpumalanga. In particular, the mountain Jalolo, which was preferred to call Lulu. It's not Lulu Mountains, it is Taba Jalolo. But because there's a group of people who, because of the fighting, were displaced and ended up Badula Lolo on the mountains.
Okay.
But because they were staying on top of the mountain, it became difficult for them to have stock.
Yeah.
Dikgomo, dipudi and whatever, you know. And whatever they could hunt on the mountain got easily and quickly depleted. What did they do? They started hunting people.
Like how?
Hunting people, ba swara batho ba ba ja. They became cannibals.
Ke Sekwati.
No. So it was another group. Ke ba ga komane.
Batho ba komane ke maja batho.
No, not now.
Yes.
Now, so the obviously battle started to ensue between Majabatho A le, for lack of a better description, bane ba sa je batho.
Yes.
So these ones will go out by your hunter Majabatho. And Sekwati in his wisdom said to them, no, bakgatla, tlogelang go bolaya batho bale. Batho bale ke mabitla a borra weno.
What did he mean?
A kere ba jele ba ga bolena.
Oh, so batho ba lena ba ka mogare.
Yeah, ke
Yes.
mabitla bona. Now, he designed a strategy. Ya attack the adjoining little tribes. And then atope dikgomo tša bona. He would take their cattle, take their women, and expand his influence. So he said to them, when you come back with the cattle, some of the cattle, leave it at the foot of the mountain.
Okay.
Right? Mo patogeng ya thaba.
Thobela.
So that bagomana ba le ge ba theoga thabeng ba ile go tsoma batho ba gahlane le dikgomo.
Eh.
It's not gore by nature ba ja batho.
Ba
They're
tshwere ke
hungry.
tlala.
Ba tshwere ke tlala. So it would be easier for them to kill the cattle than to go and hunt people. And ke ka mokgwa a ba fudusitseng thaba
Yes.
and integrated them into the society. And in the process, eliminated cannibalism in the area. But he continued with his strategy of building this tribe.
E sa le Sekwati.
It's a Sekwati. It's a Sekwati. He would attack people even as far as in Eswatini. Take their cattle, take their... That's why when you go into the area, you get certain surnames, Mapanga. You can see this person is not originally Mopedi.
Eh.
It's originally an Nguni person.
Yes.
Utlile ka mo a thupilwe.
Eh.
Yeah. Le komane a se komane. Ke ngomane.
Oh.
Yes.
Ba fudusitse thaba. ba.
Yes.
Yes.
Una le bo Dolamo. Some of the surname you can't write them in Sepedi.
A di ngwalege.
Because there are certain alphabets that we do not use in Sepedi.
Eh.
We don't use a C, we don't use an X, we don't use a V,
Yes.
we don't use a Z, you know, so on and so on. Now, as the tribe was growing, he had a strategy, or no, let me eliminate this infighting. This is not necessary. And all those things. So how am I going to do it? Even if he had defeated the tribe, he kept its structure. in terms of kgoši ya bona ke mang and so forth and so on and so on. And he understood gore firstborn ya timamollo will come back to that. Ke ena tlo buša go setšhaba. So he made sure gore magošana a mang a o ba fa barwedi ba gagwe go ba ditimamollo.
Yes.
So that the child that is born out of that relationship kwa Maroteng
E sa le ka gae.
ke ga malome. He can't go and attack them.
Yes.
A kry wa bona.
Yes.
But yena ga belegwa o belegwa le Malekutu. Okay? Malekutu was the one who was supposed to be the king. No? But unfortunately, as be le bophelo a tlhokofala before a ka ascenda the throne.
Ke Malekutu.
Ke Malekutu. So what does it mean? It means gore Thulare o na le barwa ba babedi, Malekutu le Sekwati. Ke bana ba Thulare. Na? But ka status, what we call kgati ka Sepedi, gore kgati is regardless of your age. I might be older, but ka status ka ba younger, depending on the status of my mother. Re ke kgati. So o lo monyane ka mengwaga o ile feta o mogolo o ka kgati.
Okay.
So Malekutu na feta Sekwati ka kgati.
Okay.
But he didn't have life, he died.
Yes.
O hlokofala e le gore ga nyalelwa le go nyalelwa timamollo. Mosadi wa tshwantse gore a tla a belege his successor.
To the throne.
Heir to the throne. Jale ka Sepedi, it doesn't stop there. Re a tloga ra yo nyala mosadi.
Yes.
Ra mo nyalela lona lapa le gore lapa le le seke la be la dira.
La revolta in future.
No, la timella.
Okay.
La tlholosa ba gona.
Eh.
So re tsoša lapa le la Malekutu. So ge ba ilo nyala mohumagadi Thorometšana ba mo nyalela Malekutu
O wasn't gona at the time.
wa sa phelego
Eh.
morwarrago Sekwati.
Sekwati.
Sekwati o na le wa gagwe mosadi.
Eh.
Jalo o dirang
He must come and consummate the marriage.
o tsenela mosadi wa butaga wa Malekutu. Kere that relationship e belega Mampuru wa bobedi.
Okay.
Now, people always get confused.
Yes.
When we see Mampuru the second,
Where was...
who's Mampuru the first?
Thank you.
Mampuru the first ke Thulare.
Ke ngwana Thulare.
Thulare, the first Thulare.
Yes.
Ke ena Mampuru the first. Leina le la Mampuru le tswa kae? O ba sepela ka lepara. A tama betha batho mo tlhogo. E ba ro dirang a re ke ba purunya.
Wa purunya motho. Ke
Yeah, ke Mampuru.
Okay.
So now the name got accentuated ko wa bobedi.
Okay.
Mara because there was number one.
Yes.
O a ba re ke Mampuru the first. Ya ba Mampuru the second. Ne? So the first ke mang? Ke Thulare ke papa go Sekwati.
Sekwati le mang?
Le Malekutu.
Thobela.
A ke ra kwana?
Yes.
Now, jalo, bogoši jwa Sepedi bo ka tsela e. O ba kgoši ka matswalo. O ba kgoši ka kgotlopo, ka lerumo.
Hold it there. So the first one is bloodline, meaning you are born of royal blood.
Yeah, and you are born the next heir to the throne.
To the throne, yes. Ya bobedi ke kgotlopo.
Yeah.
Ke ya mokhondo.
Yeah, o tšela motho boši.
So ke taking kingship by
Force.
yes, all right.
Then the third one, wa bosetla. You manufacture it.
Please explain that.
You just assimilate people.
Yes,
And by mere assimilation of the people, you become their ruler
yes,
without fighting anyone. Almost getting them into an agreement.
yes,
Ya gore no ba kwana or no kgoši ya bona.
yes,
Ne?
yes.
O belegetswe bogoši, o bo tsene ka kgohlopo, o bo bopile.
Okay. So let's explain it to our listeners. The first one is the bloodline.
Yeah.
Of course, it follows the bloodline of the kings and the families. The second one is by a coup.
Yes.
So this is where you are forcefully taking the
Kingship.
The third one is
By assimilating.
assimilations and convincing people to agree to give you the legitimacy of being their ruler.
Exactly.
Those three levels. Okay?
Yes.
Sure.
Now, because Sekwati had his own wife and
Yes.
wives.
Yes.
But then, Utsenela
Malekutu.
Mosadi wa Malekutu.
Eh.
So, it stands to reason gore bana ba gagwe would be older than bana ba Malekutu.
And this is where the confusion is. Hold it there and let me explain this confusion.
Yeah.
Malekutu, had he lived, he would have been senior to Sekwati.
But the
Younger
Yes.
by age,
Ka age.
but seniority ka kgati.
Kaka.
So he would have been more senior, meaning he's more eligible to take off the throne. Mara, now that he gave credence, and then why do the Malekutu kids like Mampuru the second, why does he now become junior to Banaba Sekwati?
No, they are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I got confused.
Yeah, we are going there.
Okay.
Sekwati, ngwanaka, ke Matsebe.
Okay.
Ngwana wa Malekutu, ke Mampuru,
The second.
the second, who was younger than Matsebe by age.
Okay.
So now we come to today's interpretation.
Thank you.
Today's interpretation, these two are half brothers. Because
They are of the same father, different mothers.
they were fathered by Sekwati. Okay? Marakas Pedi. Oh, Malekutu. Ke ngwana wa ramogolo wa Sekhukhune. Matsebe, by the way, is the real name or the original name ya Sekhukhune.
Bleke or
Sekhukhune, the name.
okay.
The place is named after the person.
Okay.
Sekhukhune, Kgoshi Sekhukhune.
Eh.
ngwana wa Sekwati. Okay? Ke Batsebe leina la gagwe. But because of his prowess, his vala ya dintweng and so forth, the way he would just surprise his enemies.
Yes.
But me just Sekhukhune. Se bona ke se bataladi. Mola papa ge le Sekwati sa Sehula bošego, Sekwati se hlwa le ngwana na ntlong, Manuele go rata go ja ngwanana. The father.
Say it again. Please say it again.
Ke Sekwati sa Sehula bošego. Se hlwa le ngwana na ntlong. Mano e le go rata go ja ngwanana.
It doesn't need translation.
Now, so what then happened? Remember,
on those 3 levels.
Yes. Matsebe le go Sekhukhune. Realized to man. Oh, ba re ke Dikgoshi. E sa le monyane.
Wait, ora Mampuru the second.
Ora Mampuru the second.
Okay.
E sa le monyane.
E sa le Kgoshi or Kgoshi sa le Sekwati at the time?
No, Kgoshi sa le Sekwati.
Okay, sharp.
Oh.
At Lobang, aling entitled to be
Kgoshi. Ke Malekutu. Mara ke leader of the regiment. Is a general.
Yes.
Ke general ya Marota ba ro ke Matuba. O kwa ba re moswang wa Matuba. Ba ra dikwarara. Batho ba ne ba iphelela ka dilo tseo.
Please explain it, guys. Please listen. I want him to explain it. Explain moswang wa Matuba.
Moswang wa Matuba ke dipatše.
Thobela.
Lebake. Wa re ke lebake le go bakela mathata.
Thobela.
So, the regiment.
Give the holy head for those who are not understanding what this is.
Yeah. Now, remember, I said, for Omulumo na le regiment.
Yes.
My regiment ke Mangana because my name ke Ramphelane. So le ge ba ikana ba re Thakaramphelane. They swear in my name.
Yes, because you were
leading
the
them.
leader in that.
Exactly.
Yes.
So ba Matsebe ke Matuba. So Matuba ba tumile ka go ja phata. That's why ba o bitsa moswang wa Matuba. Right?
Yes.
Now, what was their work? Ne le go tsama ba conquer the smaller tribes by thopa dikgomo le basadi le. Building this nation ya Bapedi. So Matsebe now came to the point where he realized, no, why am I constructing this big nation for someone? Aramang.
Mampuru the second.
When I can be the king.
Yes.
And then he knew how can he become the king? Because he's not born to be the king. That's when he realized, no man, I'm building this empire.
Yes.
For that man. He must take over. I don't know. I go a mail at that thing. Now, so how can I get Bogoshi? No, I could tell Bogoshi ka madi. Now, what? If you bury your father, who was a king, if you bury him,
yes,
responsible for you are the person responsible for his burial, you become the king.
Automatically.
Yeah. But here was a problem.
Sekwati wa phela, Mampuru wa phela.
Yeah, and Sekwati man ke mogala maranya go khoma.
Damano jaile.
Oh, Jagana.
Eh.
So he poisoned him
Even.
and buried him.
Ke Sekhukhune.
Yes,
O poisona papa.
Sekwati.
Yes.
He buried him. He became king.
Eliminating Mampuru the second.
Eliminating Mampuru. Actually exiling him.
Okay.
Mampuru had to stay Kobomar.
Okay. He knew what was coming if.
Yeah, no, not from Jagaluru. Not from Jagaluru.
Yeah.
But around that time now, we are now talking the 18th century.
Okay.
Yeah, going towards the 19th.
Yes.
In fact, the 19th. Hota the invasion, yeah, the missionaries. They are setting up churches all over. So the German missionaries led by Merensky landed in Bapedi. And they wanted to establish a parish there. Mm-hmm. Now they had to go to Sekhukhune to get permission to establish a parish. Sekhukhune was very clever. He said to them, no, look guys, I can't problem but you must go in that direction, pointing towards the south, and cross 3 rivers. And only after that can we establish
A church.
a church. So they went. But when they went away, they took his youngest brother, Dinkwanyana,
Okay.
Khalema Dinkwanyana, Khalema Mpiacha Dialoma, ke bone ke diloma se ba tamara ba ba re mollo wa mankiri ga o roke ba banyane.
Thobela.
So Khalema lebitso la ke Dinkwanyana.
Okay.
So they converted him to Christianity. So when they left with him and established a parish in the area now called Middelburg.
Okay.
But Sekhukhune said, no guys, I said cross 3 rivers. Then now you have crossed 2. Why? They crossed towards Stillport River.
Thobela.
They crossed the first meander, Olifants,
Okay.
and crossed the second meander thinking it's another river. And this is the same river meander.
Yes.
Oh?
Yes.
So he wanted them to go away.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't know, he must move.
Yes.
Now remember, Batamale Dinkwanyana.
Thobela. Last born.
Last ball, Dinkwanyana man. La tsor motho a le tshwenyang wa Sekgoshi.
Evan. Carlos, vas a llevar muy influencia, checas que re que vean.
Kgoshi gona,
Eh,
ne? Nka le isha go Kgoshi,
Mampuru the second.
Mampuru the second. So they went to Mampuru. Ba re bona man, we want to build a church here. Mara ba re motho shuma ne.
Yeah.
O re tsentse lefego.
Yeah.
We can help you regain your kingship only if you can allow us to build it. Okay.
Wow, must ba fetlang to batho ba mos.
Now, here's the situation. You can do all other things to become a king ya Bapedi. But there's this one thing. If you do not have, you are not king. Ke pheta, beads.
Okay.
Re bitsa pheta ya thara.
Okay. Thakga ke nonyane.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, notwithstanding, gore Sekhukhune o dirile, he didn't have that. Ne tshwere ke mang?
Mampuru the second.
Mampuru. So wa tseba re bogosi jwa ka jwa felela without ntweng ela.
Yeah.
So ge Maburala e tla mola go Mampuru the second. Ba re ka go thusa o re gaina bogosi jwa ga wena. Mampuru a re mo bona ra simple. Lena organize a meeting between na and my brother.
O botsa di missionary.
Yeah. Gore ke lapisitse ke dilo tša dintwa. Ke nyaka go mo fa pheta ya thara.
Yes.
Gore a felele.
Yes.
Indeed, the meeting was organized. So that day, everybody is happy. Mampuru, Utisha, pheta thara to finalize this thing. Then, now, nako se yaya, a ba bone kgoši ya bona. Ne? A ba bone kgoši ya bona. Sekhukhune šala a tsena ka mola. And mathaka ba mo tletse le mosadi. Magwa. Šala a tsena ka mola o gatile le mati man, ha tswe ka mola. Until ba re no man, a re ro hlola monno la ba. E ba ya kwa ba khwetša a lomka.
Tlhalosa.
A re isitše. Dead.
After how many days?
No, like normally the next day. Ba bona ra tswe ka mola. Aba ba ra le ba re jwa le mogala jo ba na ga mola wa tetsakolla no man. This is too much. Ba khwetša a re isitše lomka. Poisoned. Dead. Yeah? Now, madi a mošata ga a tšholle ke molata.
Explain.
If ke le wa mošate, as I am, only motho wa mošate can kill me.
Motho wa ka ntle.
No. And go bolaile kwa mošate, eba through a resolution.
Yes.
So it transpired or no, a resolution ya gore Mampuru a bolae Sekhukhune was taken. Again.
Yeah.
So now, whatever consequence happens that leads to the death of Sekhukhune, o bolaile ke mang?
Ke butia who's now the king?
Mampuru.
Thobela.
Ne? So, ge ba re jwale ge Mampuru o bolaile a butia o bolaile Sekhukhune ka tsela eo. The regiment ya Sekhukhune e thoma e nyakana le Mampuru.
Ke ba le ba dipatše bjale ba
Ya, Matuba. Ba nyakana le ena. So, wa tšhaba. O tšhabela Amarišana. Tšhabela Bophatametsane. He doesn't stay the same place. Maburu. Ba convince ba. Gore will assist you to hunt for him.
Hey man. Hand the missionary ke di double
Yes.
double agents.
Yes. So that's how now the Afrikaners started pursuing him to a point where he ended up killing 2 generals, Ross and Senegal.
Senegal.
That place called Senegal, that's why he killed Ross and Senegal, 2 generals Chamaburu Achubert. Okay?
Yes.
Now they started hunting for him, seriously, man.
Yes.
Now, Marosia man were afraid to give him refuge.
Because
Maburu. Yeah, they don't want to antagonize Maburu. There was only one who agreed to give him refuge. Kenyabela.
Nyabela.
Wamatabela.
Eh.
Bare bona Nyabela re nyaka Mampuru ano le ka se mo hwetse. Ba re kae? A re gore le hwetse Mampuru, you must open my stomach. Ke mo o ka mo dimpeng tjaka.
Ra ke mo jele ke molaile.
No. You can't get him without getting me.
Okay.
The only way you can get that man is if you kill me. So they pursued Nyabela, his people, Mampuru and his people into a cave. There's a cave mola moro Senegal. Ba ubitsa e kgolweni ka stebe.
Kgolweni.
Yeah, a kgolo is a cave.
Okay.
Now, when they went into the cave, the white guys, they just didn't want to engage them in the cave because they were not familiar with that cave. So they stood guard outside the cave. Whatever it's mola, but that's it. Those ones stayed in that cave until they ran out of food. They were under siege. And they realized, oh, no, this is serious now. They were starting to eat skins, mukhopa. Yeah. You know, mukhopa, uba soft.
Yes.
Yeah, the thing could be a challenge to soft. Otherwise, it becomes harder than it was.
Yes.
So they then sent one guy. Mutswe. Kuro Mutswe. Tsamo che ka or man batho ba le baleng ka montle ba kae. Ga tswelela mono kre ba line up ile di laetsa Marota. So Mutswe started eating.
Guys, that's the story of the jam. Apologies.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
Yes.
So they started eating the bread.
Yeah.
Not even looking where he was going.
Yes.
And he was angry.
Yes.
Har ukrar or right benekan kamara mabur.
Yes.
But yes, tell us what's happening there.
Yes.
Man, kamola e obline.
Yeah.
But kamola, they are going to start eating
Each other.
no babies.
Oh, bana. Hey.
So they must get out of there. So jale Nyabela le Mampuru ba emetsa bua tlo ba fa report. A e kholo a e sa buane. A e se mnothweni manje. O ja gamna.
You have ka jam e red.
Yeah. So Mampuru a re mo nyabela re mano, a tswa re keng, this thing.